Good afternoon, people. Welcome back to MUFC Realist TV. Mick Ruby here, waiting for Jarvis Cocker, who is stuck in traffic or he pulled a hamstring muscle. But guess what? He will be joining us. I hope you're doing fine and dandy today. You know what? Let's raise your glasses. Let's have a toast for your Sunday roast, because this is the Sunday roast, people. You know, it's an outstanding, beautiful day. There's a lot of things to be reviewed, but let's have a toast for the Sunday roast. Let's get the Glazers out as our Manchester United host. It's green and gold until we're sold, and that's what we're here for. So I will pause this music, and guess what? Before we continue, please don't forget to like and subscribe. There's a lot of buttons down there. We have a lot of things to cover, and I can see that Jarvis just joined in the back room. But before I introduce Jarvis, I just gave him a red card. So he's in the sin bin and he's coming back. But you know what? Smash a like, please. We'll be back in a couple of seconds before we continue and introduce Jarvis to the show. I hope you're all doing fine. Let's see you very, very soon.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world
on MUFC Realist TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
Good morning, Jarvis. How are you doing?
Morning.
I see you've been moved to the doghouse in the laundry.
The Wi-Fi connection in this house is terrible, so I had to move down in the main living room. But there's so many people here, so now I'm in the washing room.
Do you have your coffee?
I have my coffee, so
you have your coffee. Can you tell people where you are at the moment? Obviously, we can see you in the laundry room. Your wife moved over there, like, you know, Jarvis. Where are you at the moment, sir?
At the moment, we are at Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. So it's very nice up here.
Did you have some spicy chicken wings?
Hurricane? No spicy chicken wings. Only
you didn't do a hurricane bomba? Did you see that? You took it like a king. You went to the spicy sauce. Hurricane, didn't you see that? Like, you know.
No.
There's this famous show, I forgot what it's called, but, you know, this guy is interviewing people and he's introducing the chicken wings, and you try different sauces and you come to the spiciest one is the bomba. And Hurricane, being like, you know, Hurricane, he made it to the bomba, right? There's a lot of people that cave in from the first second, right? But he made it to the bomba, and it goes, so that means that Hurricane has some cojones at the end of the day, Jarvis.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, people, so beautiful. It's Sunday roast today. As we said, whatever you're drinking, Jarvis, raise your glass. Let's have a toast for your Sunday roast, people. And let's get the Glazers out as our Manchester United host. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're dreaming for, Jarvis. So before we continue, guys, as tradition, I want to check out the VER room as well. The VER room. Listen, there's a lot of people that have been preloading. They've been waiting to hear the latest updates, what we have, applying logic and reasoning. And as you guys noticed, we just turned 1 year this Friday. We received about beautiful gifts, 15K subs. Actually, we're 15.5 in this first year anniversary. So I'm absolutely speechless. Simon Harris in the house. Big up to all of you that's in the VR room. Sukpat Singh is in the house. Stefan Welsh, he says, in glazes out now 100%. Yarlem Amin with his traditional pepperoni pizza or kebab pizza. We'll talk about everything else here. Jarvis, Charlie is in the house as well. Is it Charlie McNeil or Charlie Chuckles? I don't know. MUC, the Glazers suck. Simple as that. Angie also. A beautiful Angie. Good afternoon to you, Angie. How you doing? Edward Reed is in the house. Billy's in the house as well. I haven't seen Billy before. Afternoon, Billy. How are you doing?
Billy.
Afternoon. Good afternoon, Billy.
Oh, I see Romano. Boom.
Who?
Rushmano, my old friend from the Flying Pig.
Really? Where is he?
Yeah.
Rushmano. Cool, cool, cool. And somebody just became a member, and this John Johnson became a YouTube member. I don't know what to do. I don't have a gong or anything like, like bang. I'm thinking to investing something. And Jarvis, I want you to go to Walmart.
I have detergent.
John Johnson. Yeah. Jarvis, I will give you an assignment. Go to Walmart, buy one of those when you have kids party. So we can have that. As soon as somebody becomes a member, we will blow it like a party. 100%. Thank you, John Johnson, for becoming a member. You've been a long time. It's been a long time coming, John Johnson. You've been donating a lot of super chats, but it's good to see that you are part of the team. Yeah, Rushmano is in the house. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Hi. Howdy-ho. Howdy-ho. Jarvis in America. Even Billy saying Rushmano, the legend, is... You know what? So big up to all you RGs in the house. Milo Smitic is in the house. There's a lot of people in the house. Great to see you. Luke Chapman is also in the house. This new Houghton Town Puma away kit for the 23-24 season pre-orders soon. Yes, a lot of things to do. David Billings is in the house. No to the rat. I mean, did you buy rat poison where you are there?
No, well, I have here, ant killer. I don't know.
Ant killer? Is your aunt with you on the trip?
There's a lot of insects here in South Carolina. So yeah.
Jesus. Jarvis turning into a serial killer, man. Jarvis turning into a serial killer. Ant killer. Right? He's down in South Carolina. He bought himself an ant killer spray.
Yeah.
Wicked. But before we continue, I want to sort of also bring this in because you know what, Jarvis? It is what it is. It's been an intense week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guess what, Jarvis? We are actually looking for staff. Did you know that, Jarvis?
No.
You didn't. Do you want to know? Because apparently you applied for a sales position with the Manchester United, and I am the recruiter, so I'm going to interview today. So basically, basic questions, Jarvis. Basic questions. Are you ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So basically, why do you want to work for United? We currently have a sales position opening. We're struggling. We need to get a lot of players out, and in the past, let me tell you a little bit about United, as a culture. In the past, we had a very good structure, but then we had this takeover, and we'd be having a toxic environment, not letting people being themselves. And now we're kind of turning the page again, trying to be that sexy brand, and we need help in the sales department. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Why do you want to join United?
Yeah, I've been following football all my life. I started playing when I was 6 years old. So, yeah, I know a lot about football, I would say. So, yeah, and I'm a man. I'm stable. I come to work every morning. I get up out of bed. I go to bed at night.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay,
so Mick Rubinstein.
Oh, well, hang on. Let me just write everything down. This is just a screening call. We will let you know at the end of the day if you get the job or not, if you're moving forward. But, so why do you want this job?
Well, I know I could do this job. I know I've seen you have some people that's not really competent. And I think my expertise is better than, for example, the guys you had in earlier, like Edward Woodward and all those American people who didn't do their job well.
Well, you don't like Woodward?
Well, as a banker, yeah, he's okay, but not as a sport manager of football.
What's wrong with the Glazers?
I'm on thin ice now. You're getting me nervous. No, there's nothing wrong with the Glazers except that they have ruined this football club for 18 years. They have been taking out so much dividend and never thinking of the sport structure of the club.
True. Very, very true. Very good answer. Very, very good answer. But for, one question. Are you good at spending money or are you good at saving money?
To be honest, I'm a big spender, but I know how to make money too. So that's the good thing. But if we want to win and be better, we have to spend. That's just the way it is.
Okay. Final questions. Why should we hire you?
Because I'm the right man for the job. I can do this. This club, I can take us back to past heights, and we will be the best in class. And especially, we want to beat Liverpool and Manchester City.
Okay, that sounds all good to me, Mr. Is it Jarvis Cocker? Are you the singer from Pulp?
Yeah, formerly known as Jarvis Cocker from Pulp, the 90s.
That sells. That's really sells when you're representing the club. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
I want to live like common people.
Okay, I want to live like common people. Rubinstein like this.
Yes.
But before, a final question, what I always ask the people here is basically just I want to understand what kind of salesperson you are, because we have a lot of problems. We have a lot of dead wood that needs to go out. Final question to you, Jarvis, basically goes like this. Can you sell me this pen?
Oh, here. Can you sign this, please? Here's the pen. There.
We have somebody that needs to go out the door, and obviously, when he signed for us, Jarvis, it was 80. We paid 80 million pounds for this pen, and now we're trying to sell this pen to recuperate the money. But we need to maximize our return on investment. So basically, you got the job if you can sell off this person. How would you go about it?
Well, first of all, I will drive him to the airport. I will bring him there. I will wrap him in gift paper and say, "Here you go," and just leave him on the porch and run.
You got the job. You hired. Welcome. Big up to all of you. Big up for this little bands smash alike people. This just was a little bit of improvisation. What to do? Like, you got to be a little bit creative. Like, how can we get rid of this dead wood? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that Manchester United need to do right now. And there's a lot of outgoings and there's been a lot of rumors. And we're going to dive into this news. Let's get right into it, Jarvis. While you were sleeping, Mick was compiling a lot of things. Yes. I did the job for you, mate.
Thank you.
So let's dive into the news, what we're going to review, because that's what we do here. We're going to review the week that was with Manchester United off the pitch, on the pitch, but we're also going to look forward. That's what we call it, the review mirror, in a way, And of course, we start with the takeover, Jarvis. The takeover, it's boring. It is boring. It is boring. It's boring. We have regurgitated everything that we could do. The media is running out the creative stories to write anymore. There's nothing really to suck out of that creative juices in terms of writing. But one thing came out yesterday, and this is something that we on this channel have been talking about for a very, very long time, that came out in the news yesterday to say Erik ten Hag has handed a major transfer boost. But let us back the tape. Same publication was saying we only have 100 million to spend, but we were saying we did a budget earlier to say we have 200 to spend, 250, and plus if we sell. No, all of a sudden it comes out that Glazers are willing to sanction this, because in the midst of the takeover, they don't want the club to devaluate. They don't want to put the in harm's way. So they're saying 170 million pounds, which is roughly 200 million euros, has been handed over to Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag looks like he's going to go on the spending spree, but we already seen that. It's been clear and obvious. Ten Hag's been in control. Jarvis, what's your take on this? Did you read this story?
Yeah, but it's a good thing, but there are always, every summer there comes out numbers, and this is our kitty and this is what we have to spend, but it never is right. Last season they said we have, was it 100 million, and we used 300 million. So
yeah,
the money is there if we find the right player, but we have to find the right players, and I don't think money is
no, 100%. I agree with you. This transfer window and everything. I did a video yesterday, and just don't hit the panic button. But I get it. As Manchester United fans, most people are using to play the PlayStation and hit the panic button, panic button station. The domestic window has been open for 3 weeks. we got a domestic player in before. And that's astute. That's Mason Mount. Now the Onana deal is 99.9% almost done. Then we're moving on to the next target. So I haven't seen Manchester United moving this fast. And that means that Erik ten Hag is in full control. And that's what we're saying. We don't need these sexy players. We need players that fit within the Ten Hag style of play. And at the end of the day, you know, Glazes out, that's one thing, right? That's fine. I am 100%, you know, 210% Glazes out. But we keep forgetting what we should not point the fingers at the football operation side, because at the end of the day, we need to compete this season as well.
Yeah.
So what matters as well is to get the right players in so we can actually go and kick off and challenge Arsenal. And by the way, speaking about Arsenal, speaking about Kroenke's gone robbed his wife piggy bank.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. He's like,
Rice?
He goes, "Hey, wife, look over there." 105 million for Declan Rice, right? 105 million. So big up to all of you. Like, there is enough money. What Neil Driscoll is saying, like, you know, there's not enough money to spend on new players. We will talk about that. I understand the negativity, and that is by default. This is what, you know, this is what society has become. I want to mention this. We did a Mental United podcast on Friday. It was a huge success. People who were opening up and talking about the mental health issues. And that was on the back of Dele Alli's story. But at the end of the day, society has become like this for the past 5 years at least, that we are weakened as human minds, right? We get fragile, and we've been controlled by the media spins and everything. And, you know, fear is kind of the natural instinct in people to hit the panic button when you have fear. And you prepare yourself negative, like, no, we don't have money, no, we're shit, no, we are that, right? But when you actually stop, take a deep breath, look at it, and you look at what the competitors have done, not much. Have City recruited anyone? No, they're actually weakening themselves. They're not going to be as strong. They're getting rid of a lot of players. Basically, they won the 3P, they achieved the dream, and now they're doing on a rebuild. So I don't think that City is going to be challenging next season. I think they're taking they got what they want, like Liverpool did. They won the Premier League. Now they're going to rebuild, right? So what's your thought process regarding what I just mentioned?
Yeah, when you talk about City, you know, rebuilding is a big thing for clubs. You know, you have your period of like 3 to 4 seasons, and then you have to do it again. You saw that with Liverpool now, with the Jurgen Klopp, with Mane and Salah and Firmino. We have to rebuild that thing, and now Pep is doing the same thing. We are always in a rebuild. We have been in a rebuild since Ferguson's day. But I think we are on the right track as I see it. I can see a pattern. I can see what Ten Hag needs. And the thing is, he buys the players we need. You know, we were lacking a DM for so many years.
Yeah.
Ten Hag came in, bought a DM. So he knows where the shoe is pressing.
Russell Staines come with breaking news here. Maguire just announced he lost his captaincy. Did he also lose his virginity? Is that real news, Russell? I mean, that's I mean, we knew that was coming anyway, because we knew we're going to talk about that later on, because this week was the week when a lot of players came back. This week was the week when Ten Hag gets the chance to speak to the squad, to say, you're not part of my plan. The agents is involved, look for new clubs. So let's dive. We're going to dive right into it, right? So interesting stuff. So it's just about getting the boring stuff out of the way, like, you know what I mean? You know, in a certain way. So what I want to cover next is who's bad. Dun, 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 dun. Who's bad? Who's bad? And another person that's very, very bad and been very, very naughty boy that's in the green room. You want to bring him? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I don't know. He's in... Who's bad? Papi.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, good morning, Papi. How are you? All the way from Boston, USA. We have 2 Americans in the live stream. Are you bad? Hey. Are you being a naughty boy, Papi? Or you been eating all your porridge every morning? Tell us.
I've been trying to be good. Because honestly, here's the thing. I'm losing sleep now. When are we getting Onana done? Every time I be checking on my phone, I wake up, I go on Twitter, press F, Look at my man Fabrizio, and Fabrizio still hasn't said the here we go. When is it going to happen? I go to David Ornstein. David Ornstein still hasn't said here we go. What are we supposed to do, man? I can't eat my porridge now. I'm fasting, guys. Praying for this thing to happen. I'm in America. I want to see Onana in America. It takes a while to get an American visa. And now, you know what I'm saying? We're looking at a problem here where Onana might not be a part of the U.S. tour, even if he's you know, there's a lot of stuff that's making me stressed. And this Onana deal being 99.9%, like you said, Mick, and now every day it seems like we're adding a 0.1 to that, you know, or 0.001 to that 99.9. You know, it's annoying. It's annoying. We need to get our business done.
Mr. Botswana Papi, can I give you a piece of advice to calm you down?
Tell me.
Sing, Onana na, he's coming home, Onana na. Na 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 na, and you fall asleep like let's say na na na. Just
yes.
Na 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 na. Onana na na na.
Oh na.
Big up to you, Papi.
Come home.
It's not easy to be a Manchester United fan. Never been, but what we discussed earlier, Papi, is that this season feels a little bit different than others, like in terms of how we're moving in the market. We like, you know, a lot of people don't realize, they don't really think about it. But if you look at how others have spent, not many have signed. If you look at the domestic market, was open for 3 weeks. We got that signing in Mason Mount in early. Then domestic market has been open for what, more than a week, and we're already getting Onana in and moving on to Rasmus HOJLUND as well. So things are actually moving faster than previous seasons. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say,
I did not know what you mean.
no, but obviously, like what I wanted to say, we are not the recruitment directors. We are not the ones that are recruiting. We are the consumers of the game. And yeah, I get that. We want it now. We want it now. Like, I want it now. I want it all. I want it now. Like, give it to me all the time. Give it tomorrow. And you're constantly checking what you say, pressing the refresh button, press.
Refresh. Onana, come home. Every single day I'm pressing. I'm losing sleep. I might need to keep track of my weight.
Wait a minute. I'm going to call tenhag because you said a keyword. You're very good at pressing.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there.
Gotcha. Suck it in. Big up to all of you. This is the Sunday roast, guys. We got to have a little bit of fun. Sloppy Sundays, like, you know, what they call it. So thank you, Papi, for joining in. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Always
we missed you on Thursday on a celebration, but anyway, you've been part of this journey. You know, without you provide a lot of energy and gas. So keep it up, my friend. And thank you for being part of this community, my friend.
I have to say, when, you know, I grew up in a village, and, you know, that mentality of like, when one of us shines, we all shine. And I'm so happy and proud of your work, your dedication, your just providing this platform, making it feel like it's also my space, you know, making it feel like it's Phil's space, and Jarvis, and you guys are just an amazing duo, and you deserve the accolades, you deserve the respect, you deserve all the praise. So 15K, happy 15K. Let's make it 20K before the end of the year.
How do we say thank you in Botswana language?
Oh, we say dankie. It's like a little bit of derivative of Dutch Afrikaans, you know, dankie, but it's dankie. Yeah,
dankie.
Yeah,
dankie. Yeah. Where would we be at without a Bermuda Triangle? You provide such a positive effort on that triangle.
The triangle is complete now. I'm here.
Big up. Rush Mania was also saying, yes, he confirmed there was good news, basically, that tenhag told him, you're not going to be part of the team. You're not going to have your captaincy. But he's like, well, maybe I'm going to be fifth choice. No, you're not going to even be in fifth choice. But you can sit on the bench and make me team, boy. That's a sign enough that you're not wanted. But I'm not here to sort of slag any player. it is clear and obvious. If you, I'm more about Manchester United as a team than Player FC. And if you're surplus for requirement, you know, you got to have that adult conversation, speak to the agent, try to find a club that suits you. And we're going to cover that as well in the next stories as well. But the thing is, again, who's bad? That's what I wanted to say. Like, you know, who is bad, Papi? Do you reckon Romelu Lukaku is bad, Bunny?
Romelu Lukaku is bad. He's really bad. I did not want to see any Lukaku, any return. I'm tired of the... this is in case like he's being considered to come to, right? Am I reading this right or no? So it says
no. I mean, let's just go back in time when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took the job. Jarvis, remember it. He had an interview and he said, "I got to get rid of a bad apple," and the bad apple turned out to be Romelu Lukaku, Rom. And he went to bragging like, you know, yeah, man, I'm going to Inter, right? And then he was not for sale. Chelsea went in and spent 100 million. He stank up the place, made up a fuss, talked shit. They shipped him off to Inter. And now Inter was preparing for the bid to buy him, right, on permanent. But it turned out that he's been talking to Juventus, which is a big no. So Juventus is going to launch a bid, but it depends on if they sell Vlahovic. So now he's kind of, maybe that is not 100%. So he went and retracted back to Inter Milan to say, I'm sorry, just kidding. And Inter said, hey, scusa, fuck you. Who do you think you are? Eh? So they basically put him in the sin bin. So it's basically, who's bad?
Yeah.
So that's what he did. That shows you the character that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was right when he spoke about who's bad, the bad apple. Bad Bunny.
Really disloyal bad apple too. You know, I saw a picture of Lukaku. He's pretty much kissed every badge that he's played for, which is great. But also the thing is, when you are with a particular team, you shouldn't really be making outlandish statements about I'll never, ever go to that team. And then a few months later, you know, it's like, you know, Lukaku has loyalty issues, you know. And I think for him, because of what, you know, he should just go to Saudi Arabia and get the bag and support Megan Thee Stallion, his girlfriend, you know, and you know, just pretty much just
status enough, man. It's not status enough. Like, you know, big game Rome. You know, he could have equalized at the Champions League. He missed an open goal as well, man. Come on.
He vandalized property during the World Cup. I just have this image of Lukaku punching a piece of, like, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's so I think it might just be one of those times where you just have to say, Lukaku, I hope you have the right people around you to tell you that it's time to just go to Saudi Arabia. It's not. You know, or MLS will call and you can be closer to your girl, to Megan Thee Stallion.
Jarvis, do you reckon he's got the same age as Harry Maguire?
I don't think so. But, you know, Lukaku, to be fair to him, he scored a couple of goals when he played for us.
Fine.
But, you know, what happened with him, I don't understand. Because when he came to us, he bulked up. He got really big, like strong, and almost too much. He lost his pace and it's like his limberness and how to keep his balance. So he was looking like he wore Timberland shoes all the time. But when he came back to Inter, he was
playing with team boots on. Jarvis. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
And he went to Inter, and they took some blood tests on him, and they found out he had a lot of allergies and other stuff. So they put him on a diet, and he slimmed down. He scored a lot of goals. Went back to Chelsea for 100 million or something. So, you know, he's a good player, but I think he needs to, like, feel loved and be the main star at the club. And he wasn't at United, and that was his biggest problem. I think it's time for him to go to Saudi Arabia or US just to cash in. But you know, he could probably do a good job for a Premier League club too, but not at the highest level.
Guys, let us know what you think. Obviously, there's a lot of people saying that, you know, he missed that. You know, Billy was saying here, pretty sure Lukaku missed on purpose in the US Champions League final to screw United and blocked his own teammates' shots was going in. True. But the thing is, it is what it is, and at the end of the day, like, you know, there's a fine line between cockiness and confidence, right? And that's the same thing goes with Harry Maguire. Fine line between cocky and confident. But what we look at is the performance and how you behave on the pitch and off your pitch, and that's, you know, that's what we can say constructive criticism. It's not bullishism, it's nothing else. We're just calling it spade a spade. We're applying a little bit of bands to it as well. It's Sunday roast. We got to roast some people as well.
Can I also add what Jarvis said also made me just think about his Lukaku. So it felt like, you know, at Man United, he was working somewhere like obviously below his potential, and I couldn't really tell what his ceiling was. But then when we went to Inter Milan, you saw a chemistry build, you saw his first touch improve, and he had this partnership with Lautaro Martinez where we're like, hold on, you know, this is sort of like a new player. Is he improving? And what is his ceiling now? You know, and then next thing you know, it seemed like he cannot surpass that performance that he had at, at Inter. His first performance at Inter Milan, where he was the top goal scorer, you know, in Serie A. So
Papi, you cannot defend his first touch. Even Stevie Wonder has a better touch in the blind discotheque. I mean, oh, sorry. Did I just say that? Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah, no, I you know, it's one of those things where I feel like as a player, there was a little bit of like progression. There was like, I remember seeing a new build, as Jarvis said, being like, okay, he's been working on himself. And he's a very likable guy. I really loved like his other, like his interviews, like are very interesting to listen to. And sometimes he does this thing. There was like a show on YouTube, I think, where he was cooking with his mate or whatever, or eating something. But anyway, so personality aside, when we talk about footballing, I feel like he might have now touched his ceiling. that's the honest truth, you know. So,
you reckon Stevie Wonder has a better first touch at the blind discotheque than Lukaku?
I wouldn't know. I've never been to a blind discotheque.
It's fine, guys. Guys, can I ask you a question? Everyone, it's in the VR. Do you like cars? Right? Do you like cars?
I love cars.
Automobiles. Okay, what is your favorite car?
At the moment, it's a Tesla.
Tesla.
Oh, you love Tesla. I love a Maybach.
Oh, really? A little bit of a Bugatti. The thing is, what I'm trying to come to is the next story, guys, and that is pretty much this. There's a car garage. Check out my ride. The first team's players arriving at Carrington. Look at the cars they're driving. Come on. They're multi-billionaires arriving to training in different Porsches, Mercedeses. Wow, somebody's having a McLaren. Somebody's having a, wow, big up. They're earning big money. But it's time to now work hard. Work. So that's check out my ride, homie, right? I don't know what you're riding, but I'm driving a Prius. That's the thing. I'm not as rich. I know that Jarvis has a Tesla Autodrive. That's the one, autopilot. But anyway,
I have to admit, Mick, my wife, she has a Prius.
She has a Prius, a beautiful car, I must say.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
Okay.
What's power hour driving? Is
I was driving a Beetle like N'Golo Kante.
you know what Fred is driving?
Oh, Fred is driving Bruno. Did you see the picture of Fred driving and Bruno in the passenger seat, and they say Bruno arriving at Carrington? I was like,
Fred is like Fred Flintstone. Yabba-dabba-dabba-doo. That's his ride. Guys, big up. A little bit of a bands today. We're doing a little bit of a Sunday roast. We're taking this serious, but you know what? Jarvis, you constantly pressing that refresh button, and I keep saying to everyone, na 99.9%. You know, Fabrizio Romano came out today even to calm people. I did it yesterday. I know what's going on. Everything is done and dusted. He's saying goodbye to his teammates. Done deal. They're just getting the approval for the payment structure because you need to transfer the money. He's going over to Manchester to join his team, to be announced, to do his medical, do his press release. You know, you got to do all the PR kits and blah, blah, blah. And off you go to the US tour. So you might see your brother Onana there.
We might. I mean, that's for me. I'm also excited. As yesterday, I just I was talking on Grizz Khan's show, and I was saying we might actually see a different. The fact that there was like this sort of competition, unsettling power dynamic between Harry Maguire and David De Gea, and now Harry Maguire has a chance to form a new partnership with a different goalkeeper, and well, assuming that it's over the line, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what kind of slightly improved version of Maguire is this. And I don't know if we've talked about his captaincy right now, because it just broke about 18 minutes ago that he released a statement. And can I read it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Harry Maguire says, after discussions with the manager today, he has informed me he is changing captain. He outlined his reasons to me, and whilst I'm personally extremely disappointed, I will continue to give my all every time I wear the shirt. So I wanted to say a massive thank you to you Manchester United fans for all that brilliant support whilst I've been wearing the armband. Since I've took on the role 3.5 years ago, it's been a huge privilege to lead Manchester United to one of the proudest moments of my career to date. It's one of the greatest honors in football club. I've done everything I possibly could to help United to be successful on and off the field. And the last sentence says, I will always be grateful to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for giving me the responsibility, and I wish whoever now takes it on every success, they will have my full support. Harry.
I need you to promise me that you'll be on your best behavior.
I promised other people that I'd be on my worst behavior. And I gave them my word, so.
Don't make me fire you.
You can't fire me. You're acting manager, not office manager, so you have no firing powers.
Don't make me pre-fire you.
You wouldn't dare.
Watch this. You're pre-fired. And when I'm promoted, you'll be full fired.
If you get promoted. And if you haven't fallen in love with me by then.
What?
Okay, thank you for sharing, and that is always applicable. I mean, no offense taken, but that is the dagger to any player to say you're not wanted, you are a surplus for requirement. The last thing you can do is strip off the captaincy. It is like somebody wants to force you out from your job, but union is protecting you. So what you do is kind of give him then the shit jobs, like go and make me coffee, go do this, push him down to be a traffic. If you're a detective, a crime investigator, give them the traffic police job, and they will automatically quit. This is the way I see it. So, he's on a massive wages. We're going to talk about Harry Maguire as well later on, because that's the next slide. Ruthless tenhag, definitely. I mean, Roshmano, I agree with you, sir. I mean, if tenhag could handle the Ronaldo situation with Piers Morgan, I mean, this one is a child's play. Ronaldo is the biggest scoop and star ever played the game. And, you got to get a lot of stick, but, Harry Maguire, what? Come on, man. Seriously. Obviously, we're going to talk about Harry Maguire, but, it is inevitable. You probably, if you're Harry Maguire, you saw this coming. You must have seen this coming. You know what I mean? And majority of the fan base, not that we are hating on Harry Maguire, but it's just not been working out, according to my opinion. And Ten Hag's system of play, you don't fit it. So maybe you're best off going to Saudi League or West Ham, and obviously we're going to talk about West Ham and Harry Maguire later on as well, guys. But, who do you think can be captain? Clear and obvious. They're going to have a vote. It's going to be Bruno Fernandes. Would you like to see a Casemiro or Lisandro Martinez as a captain?
Yeah, when it comes to the captaincy, it's Bruno 100%, because it will be a really strange statement if Bruno didn't get to continue. He's still in the club and he's one of our star players. When it comes to vice captain, that's the issue, or the interesting question. We have several players. Casemiro, some say he doesn't speak enough English, but I don't know. He's been living in Manchester now for a year, so his English should be
yeah, at least he can say mustard and mingen and mustard and yeah. You're right there. Good.
We
Now,
have
guys,
Varane. Varane. I would personally, I would like Varane
Yeah.
as the vice captain because I think he's
Varane is such a
only problem
yeah,
with
he's a
Varane
leader.
is injured, so we will not be around. So
Leader.
then we have to have a third captain option. So
Yeah.
who will that be?
I don't know. I'm happy with Bruno. Bruno was the default captain. He was actually the captain last season. He was just on the paper, Maguire sulking. He had to be the co-lifting the trophy as well. Like, anyway, everyone saw it. You're not the captain material, you know. And the ones that are doing the interview has always been Luke Shaw. Anyway, he's just been hiding away and say, I don't need to prove myself. Well, excuse me, you're fucking Manchester United captain, right? Manchester United captain. You should stand up and do the interviews and take one for the team. You know, that's a proper leader, right? Anyway, enough of that. Onana, let's wrap it up. It's going to be announced sooner or later. Fabrizio did 99%, no problems. And that's what I've been saying, because I've been hearing today as well that I've been saying this past week as well. It's all about the financial, how much money up front, to release. There's a lot of things that needs to be negotiated in terms of image rights, in terms of photo ops and stuff like that. So he's coming to Manchester. He's coming to do, and you will see it. We will get excited when he holds up his shirt, because Onana, according to my opinion, I don't know if you agree with me, guys, this is going to change the way we play big time. We don't need a Harry Maguire, because Onana is going to be our Harry Maguire. He's going to push up and play as a center defender midfielder. You see in the clips, this guy's crazy. But I'm afraid that Onana will slip on a banana one day, and we're all going to hate on him and say, "What did you do?" Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the risk.
Yes.
No, 100%. There will be big howlers. He will be, because now they will be targeting him. They will be studying him. The strikers will see how he does his movement with the ball, and try to take advantage of him.
But how do you press a goalie? How do you mark a goalie? Right, that's the thing. The goalkeeper can, like he does. He's a master of finding short passes, long passes, and all of a sudden, Papi, all the fullbacks can push up. We will be playing on this. We will be playing like a 3-1-6.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
With Onana as a sort of a sweeper keeping, like playing high up. He can come up all the way to the half line. We've seen that, right? This is going to change the way we play.
This is going to be a dramatic shift, and I'm excited for it. The thing about the Mount signing, it was still ambiguous for me. That are we switching to transition? Are we switching to possession based, or is it going to be still quick transitional type of football? But with Onana, one thing for sure, we know our build-ups will be amazing. We'll be starting from the back. We'll be launching our attacks from the back, and that's going to. Because we don't have a striker yet, I can't say we're going to score a lot of goals, but we're going to have a lot more opportunities.
Yeah, but that's going to be that's going to be the final jigsaw puzzle, and that kind of makes sense. That the plan, Mason Mount was part of the plan with the goalkeeper Onana, right? That was clear and obvious back in May, right? He didn't want to. He refused David De Gea. He knew he wanted to have Mason Mount was apparently in negotiations for 4 months before. That even according to what Mason Mount was saying in an interview, once it was clear back in January that United was in for me, that tells you that United already spoke to him back in January as part of the plan.
That is amazing news. So it's gonna be a new season, new type of Man United, and I cannot wait. I feel like we've updated our app. Other teams, if you looked around, they've had updated, and we have been using the same old. We're on Motorola when people have switched to iPhone. We're on Nokia's. Okay, no knock on Motorola. Okay. But it's like. Arsenal did the update and found Ramsdale, and so did Liverpool, and so did City, and we had been stuck in the old way. So it's gonna be a real exciting season with the Onana banana slips, of course, but more attacks. Jarvis, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a lot of new people in the VAR room. I see.
Big up to all of you.
Mark Parks, good
I've
afternoon.
seen Mark before. Good afternoon, Marky. How you doing, mate?
Yeah. And Mo is in the building.
One of our moderators, Mo. Late in the building. How are you? Mo is from Qatar. How's things in Qatar, Mo? Great to see you. Guys, let's move on. This show cannot be anything without the drama, Mama, of cocaine Harry Kane. I mean, a need for speed. Seriously, like this saga just don't want to go away. Lingering news, what I'm saying. If somebody pulled a wet fart and that smell is still lingering on in the room, there's no smoke without fire, or baked beans. You know what I mean? Because Bayern Munich is confident. This guy called Uli Hoeneß, right, from Bayern Munich. When he's asked in the interview about Harry Kane, Hoeneß said Harry's so far signaled very clearly in all conversation that his decision has been made. So basically, he's been made. He's going to leave. He doesn't want to stay, right? They're strong statements. And usually, other clubs don't speak about other players. We know the rule, right? But when Hoeneß is saying that, and if he keeps his word, we get him. We get him, because then Tottenham would have to give in, because it's not possible such a club to do without an 80-90 million or how much it might be. So basically he's saying it's not possible for them to retain Harry and lose out on 80-90 million, right? When we are waving the money in front of you. We know that you need money. You build a 1 billion stadium, right? You're on a rebuild. And he's also saying here, which is very interesting, which we've been saying, Harry wants to play in Europe. Harry wants Champions League, and we can offer him this, right? Spurs can't. He wants to join a top European club. Manchester United is in it. Bayern Munich is in there. We let them do the heavy lifting, right? We let them do the heavy lifting. And I've always been saying, guys, I want to elaborate, because I know we are talking to HOJLUND, right? We know that money's coming in, right? We always said in the very first beginning, one thing is clear. Ten Hag wants 2 strikers. He wants a senior striker and an understudy striker. Is this, according to your opinion, going to happen? I start with anyone that wants to raise their hand, because I like the statement, what Bayern Munich is saying. Why would they bullshit? Why would Hoeneß come out and speak another player to say we are confident? Because he made sure to us that he wants to move.
I see Rashmano have a great commentary. He says Levy will be annoyed by that statement. Good luck, Bayern. They have just made it more difficult to get Kane. Yeah.
Well, who the fuck does he think he is, this Levy guy? Anyway, I don't understand. He's just the most egocentric person you ever seen. He's worse than a Woodward, right? For him, it's all about him getting the headlines, like to show in the persona profile that I'm bad. Look at me. Don't fuck with me, right?
Yeah. No,
I got a bigger Schwartz than you.
I think he's playing a hard ball right now, but he knows he has to give in, because you can't let quality like Harry Kane go and you don't get 2 players for him. That's just bad business. Even if it's one of those things where he just really like comes back to the clubs that have been asking and be like, hey, sorry, Bayern, if Bayern withdraw and find somebody else or whatever, he's gonna be like, guys, I need to sell Harry Kane, because we all know he needs to.
Okay, let's say we are a casino Realist TV right now. We're all playing casino, right? I'm dealing you the card. I'm the croupier. I'm dealing you the card, right? Raise or fold, right? We were playing a game of card. You don't know what ace I'm having around my sleeve, but at the end of the day, you got to throw your chips in, right? You got to take a punt, but you will wait to the very end until you fold or show your cards, right? By logic, guys.
True.
So I think he's playing a game here. But everyone knows that he will cave in, because Levy's a financial guy. He's a business guy, right? Of course, you know that Harry Kane's got 12 months left on the contract. It's ludicrous to ask 100 million for a player that's got 100 years left on his contract.
Oh, no. It feels like that. It feels like he got a whole century ahead of him.
I don't see him. If I love Harry Kane for who he is, he's got great potentials. He's such a lovely character. I saw him eating this hot sauce chicken wing challenge, like he made it to the bomba
like a champ.
like he took it like a champ. Took the spices even, and it was like, I'm proud, because British, they don't use the spiciest thing they eat is curry. You know what I mean? And the English version of curry, but he took it. I even saw Ed Sheeran was sweating on the first bite. On the first lemon spice. Anyway, that's just jokes aside. Nothing to say to be, no xenophobia. You know what I mean? It was just a joke, right?
Yeah,
but I'm saying that Kane, by that statement by Horners, if you have ambition, I don't think that he will like to stay for under this Postecoglou. No way. This is like a third rebuild now that he's going through. He's getting to his 30s. He wants to win thing. He wants to break records, right?
Yeah.
I saw this interview and he spoke about his goal record and stuff like that. But this will be the saga of the summer, according to my opinion, guys. Jarvis, take it away.
Yeah, you know, Kane, he we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. To be honest, you know, I think Spurs owe Harry Kane some decency, and they should let him go because he's been doing a great job for them. He's been scoring so many goals every season, and you know, and he's been a gentleman about it. He's not forcing the move. He's not coming out and in the newspapers and say he wants to leave and everything. He's playing the respectful game, and I think Levy should do the same to him back because I think Spurs owes him the same level of decency. And you know, we just get 1 year of left on his contract. He says, "Okay, you can sell me now. You will get a little bit of money. It's time for me to move on and try to win something." You know, and he has to know that Spurs is not one of the top 3 clubs in the Premier League, so it won't be able for him to win at the same level as Man United or City or one of the other top clubs. So yeah, I think they should let Harry Kane go, and
100%.
I believe that Levy has some shred of decency in him and will do that. But it's a waiting game because now it's about money. They want as much money as possible.
Ooh. There's a lot of traffic. Who's there?
We have breaking news. We have breaking news. Check your members. Jarvis, we have a new member. We have a new member, and Mark Parks became a new member. Welcome to the team, Mark Parks, member of the channel. Yeah, constant to grow, and this is thanks to you. Glad you like it. Glad you're part of the team. Big applause to you, mate. Yeah, so park that Harry Kane. I mean, it's going to be this the Frankie de Jong saga of this summer window, according to my opinion. I saw even Andy is in the house as well. Our lovely Andy Tate. I saw the comments. I'm not in charge of the chat room today, but I saw Andy was flashing by. I'm trying to find Andy's chat here. AVTV, where are you, Andy? Andy, not the Andy Tate that was on the interview yesterday that was watching with. You know, that Andy Tate. Where is Andy? Did you see Andy Tate's? I saw it somewhere further up. Anyway, if you can find it, let's move on, guys.
Many of them.
There's so many of you. So big up, smash a like. Don't forget, Philip Owen is in the house as well. I haven't seen Philip Owen, so I got to read out. Even United are draft enough to broadcast the world how much money they have willing to spend, as the world just add the price to the club is asked. Therefore, probably not true. Listen, that's the thing. What I've been saying, like in the past, that's my tune regarding the takeover right now, because Manchester United is playing a poker game right now. They have a recruitment plan, and the plan is to say, look at poor us, we don't have money, because Ed Woodward in the past ruined the transfer market by saying, we are Manchester United, we can get anyone we want in the market. Remember that statement. And since then, it's been applying that Manchester United tax, right? Well, as soon as Manchester United comes knocking on the door, the price goes up by 30%. Lee Congerton is one of the examples what we're going to cover, right? But now we are playing that card that, you know what, we're in the midst of takeover. So it doesn't really make sense to spoil that recruitment plan to announcement like, you know, we got to get takeover. That means that people know that we have money all of a sudden, and they're going to charge us astronomical figures. So I believe that, you know, once we get the key targets in, which is the Onana goalkeeper, Rasmus HOJLUND, you know, all that stuff, then we can kind of announce it and then go for the main key signature signing. That me, Harry Kane at the end. And that'd be a gift from the 92 Foundation, for instance. So that's my comment on that one. Anyway, Brian is saying Sunday roast. It's for fucking hot in Cyprus. So, Brian, yeah, I heard it's a heat wave in Cyprus. Let us know where you are in Cyprus. Greece and Cyprus, they are having over 40 degrees. I feel sorry for the old people over there, because if you don't have air conditioning, a lot of people will die like flies. I just want to AATV, Andy Tate. Andy, I'm sorry, you're not going to make no bullshit United on Wednesday. Andy Tate's one of our regulars now. I understand you're going on a holiday, mate. Harry Maguire is no longer a Manchester United captain. We know that, Andy. Slow sports news, Andy. Where have you been? Maybe you just woke up. Raise a glass, smash a like for Andy Tate. Anyway, move on. Should we move on to Rasmus HOJLUND? Or HOJLUND? Do we say HOJLUND? HOJLUND. In Danish. HOJLUND. Right. Historic. What the hell happened there? That's all, folks. Breaking news. Papi just injured himself.
I was running to get my glass.
Had an injury in the middle of the live stream. Like, I'm not insurance.
Yeah, I'm like Martial.
Atalanta, Rasmus HOJLUND still lingering on, and this is what I want to talk about. Personal terms being agreed. We all know that. Manchester United is working multiple deals. They've been working on HOJLUND at the same time. It's the fruit of Matt Hargreaves, and we're playing hardball. But I want to cover something else, which is applying my logic and reasoning according to Realist TV. And that's to say, what are you smoking, Congerton? What are you smoking? Do you know what I'm talking about? If you compare what they want, 80 million, according to the reports from Rasmus HOJLUND. Jarvis, how many goals did he score last season?
HOJLUND?
Yeah.
In Serie A?
9.
9? Was it 9 goals?
I think so.
Yeah. So
he played 3/4 of a season. Damn. He arrived, right? Okay, let's apply logic and reasoning. Who do you think you are, Congerton, right? I know you conned us for Harry Maguire when you were down at Leicester, right? As soon as Manchester United rocked up and say we're interested in getting HOJLUND, this guy, what a prat, sitting there. United tax 80 million. Hang on a second. You look at what current market is. You got bloody Norwegian goal scoring machine Haaland. Look at his stats, and he went for 60 million to City. How the fuck can you charge 80 million for a prodigy? Does that make sense?
Yeah, right? That's the buyout clause, wasn't it? He had the buyout clause, and
but still,
well, normally his price would be 120 to 150 million, I would say.
But still,
yeah.
You get my point, right? If you look at his stats, right? Haaland's stats, what he's done is worth the price tag. If you look at what HOJLUND has done, he's an upcoming star, right? He started off his career 3 years ago in FC Copenhagen. He instantly went on a move to Graz in the Austrian Bundesliga. Played 1 season at Graz, debuted in the Danish team, did a hat-trick in the Danish team. I think he scored 6 goals out of 6 games for the Danish national teams, and then came. But the thing is, they see the prospect of him that he could be a 100 million player next season, right? And they don't really want to sell him this. But Rasmus HOJLUND wants Manchester United only. Forget about PSG. He's a Manchester United fan. He's got the same agency as tenhag. His agency is 𝒖𝒄 𝑹𝒖𝒃𝒚, right? And they're working tirelessly. So this has been a negotiation to bring down the price. So what do you guys think? In the VAR, according to what I presented you here on the Jumbotron, what do you think is a fair price? Asking you. I want this player in, but not for this price.
Yeah, John Johnson says this will be a true test if he capitulate or walk away, if insist on 80 million. So yeah, it is.
Yeah. That was.
Edward Reed said that, to be honest, I think we get the Danish pastry for 50 million plus 10 add-ons.
Yeah, 60. That's what I've been saying. People, let us know what you think. Papi.
It feels like we'll be overpaying with a 60, you know, because when you look at it, this is just, we're buying potential. This is not ready-made. This is this is a project that can easily implode, you know. So paying 80 million for something that's not guaranteed is a little bit ludicrous, in my opinion. When you look at what's Man City when they purchased say Julian Alvarez, 14 mil, you know, that's how much they paid. So it's like, what that's a steal, but like I think we should be looking at 40 to 50 at the most, You know, for personally, if I was in charge of the transfers, that's what I would do with this HOJLUND deal.
Guys, we're not sponsoring by Samsung washing machines in the middle, just for your information. Jarvis just left the building for another cup of coffee. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. But seriously, like, guys, let us know what you think in terms of a coffee's coming back. Jarvis is coming back. Let's discuss this. Let's have an adult conversation. I believe that at the end of the day, we will pay 50 million euros and agree a 10 million add-on. Because let's face it, guys, football has changed in the last. Football has changed. The operational cost of running a club, inflation, like transfer market is going up every year. And like, you're talking about breaking an English record for Declan Rice, 100 million plus 5 add-ons, right? That's astronomical figures. And then you look at the Glazers trying to operate the club. They looked at it and said, oh, screw that shit. I'm not going to dip into my pocket. They maxed out the credit card. So you need like big money to come in right now. That's the thing, right? From a HOJLUND perspective, guys, what would you rate this? Let's do the HOJLUND. Guys, I'm going to post the question. This is the HOJLUND. We press the pedal to the metal. 200. We're going for it because I understand that Ten Hag wants this player on the US tour. Onana, 99.999%. Next will be HOJLUND. What's your percentage? What do you think? Jarvis, you're the most conservative person. Do you think this will happen very quickly?
I think it's very difficult. I give it a 60. Yeah, I can go as high as 60% at the moment. I think, as Rashmano and several people in the chat.
I'm not in charge of the VR. I'm in charge of the control room.
Yeah. But the add-ons is where it is right at the moment. And we can throw out some ridiculous add-ons. Let's say 10 million if he gets to be top scorer in Champions League, and other like high, like as we did with Martial. We never paid those add-ons. So let's see. If it's that good, it's worth it. If
never paid us that.
Yeah.
True. Okay. Any VR room comments before we continue? I'm a little bit pressed of time. It's taking a little bit. I know the roast is going to overcook. We don't want that. We want to have a short, snappy. Your comments on that, Papi? What do you reckon?
Oh man, it's the HOJLUND. I think that's gonna be another 3 weeks. So there's no way HOJLUND is coming to the US. We know how slow we are with our things. It's like we're still monitoring. I know.
Yeah, we can always hope.
It's for me. It's nearly impossible for HOJLUND.
I think I will be the opposite. I play the devil's advocate. I know that Ten Hag really pushes for him. I know how he wants him to be on the US tour. It's so important. I think they will turn all the focus now when Onana is done and dusted. Kosh is saying 0%. Oh, that's so negative, mate. 60% said people, 75. I give it an 80%, to be honest. I give it an 80% for simple reason that Ten Hag is pushing. Same as Ten Hag was pushing for Onana. He's putting pressure on Merton and everyone else. Get it over the line. That's it, right? He's not part of the negotiation. That's why you have a negotiation team. We have Matt Hargreaves. It's not Matt Judge anymore. I know. But the sheer value is that that's the reason why I have this job interview with Jarvis. Like, you're good at selling and negotiating. And that's the thing, right? The money in football these days are laughable. I still remember when Cantona was 1 million. Yeah, man. Yeah. I remember I used to buy a packet of cigarette for 1 pence. Almost $1. Now it's $20, man.
The price of bread used to be $1. Now that's changed.
I need the dollar. Dollars all I need. Anyway, we're going to move on. Thank you, guys. Thank you for contributing. Let's talk about the scaremonger tactics. The panic button that hit the fan base yesterday. Amrabat linked to Liverpool. Oh, my God. Seriously? Yeah. What do you think?
I was thinking about this a long time ago. He's 25 million, but we will have to pay 40 for Amrabat because several clubs will come in and press the price.
I'm here to tell you.
If you get him for 40, I'm okay with it. 40 is but not more. Just 1 year left.
Papi, have you say?
I feel like it's just scaremonger tactics, like you said, but also at the same time, let's not forget Liverpool had been linked with like Bellingham, and so they missed out on some of their key targets, and now they're really looking to strengthen. And
oh God,
so,
yeah,
you know, So it's one of those things where I know that there is some, just as much as like, we had a conversation with Declan Rice's father, and then from there, like, it's like the midfield market is very limited, and Liverpool are just trying to make sure that it's not easy if Man United at all trying to get Amrabat. So my opinion is Amrabat is going to come to Man United more than HOJLUND. That's more likely.
Where's my button? Where's my beep beep? Press the like for Amrabat. Can also play centre back if Maguire. I'm trying to read this comment. It's too fast for me, man. I'm dyslexic. Listen, I'm here to tell you, don't panic. And the reason why I'm saying don't panic. Me and Jarvis, we did a Amrabat special where we discovered something very unique. Ten Hag gave Amrabat the chance in Utrecht. If you remember, he was under Ten Hag's stewardship. Ten Hag gave him the chance to his first appearance in Utrecht Team A. Amrabat has been reported to say he only wants Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano, this morning, was my morning coffee, did a video, didn't even mention it. Didn't even mention it because you know what? Liverpool's target is actually Lavia. That's the first target. As per usual. And Sangali. As per usual, when you do a midfield target, you go first choice, second choice, third choice. So it's apparently on that list. But the main target, the focus is they're going to go in head-to-head chase for Lavia with Arsenal and Chelsea. So let them do the battle. Amrabat is still there. And I'm going to break another news that I clipped today as well. And that is the following. Chapter closed for Sofyan Amrabat, told us out of the Fiorentina project amidst links to Manchester United. There you have it. There. Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat no longer part of the club's plans for the future. We reported this in the Amrabat special. Manchester United had talks with him for a loan, but that was back in January. The agreed, everything was no problems with his agent, but that case, Fiorentina didn't want to sell. They just wanted to sell. They didn't want to loan out, but they promised him in the summer you can go. Here it is, black and white. Back on the paper again, back on the Jumbotron. He continues to be strongly linked to Manchester United. He wants Manchester United at all. That's what it is. So it's kind of emerged that Liverpool is interested, but when you look at it, I'm sure they had conversations about it. Look, Amrabat, Sofyan, here's the situation. We're trying to secure, stay put. We're securing the striker. You're part of our plans. We're going to get Onana in, and then we come for you. 20 million, 25, no problems. They want to get rid of him. 1 year left on his contract. We can get this done, people. What do you reckon?
Yeah, the interesting thing at the moment is Fiorentina. They want Arthur Melo from Juventus, who is a DM. And Juventus, the director of Juventus said we are shipping him off. So he's the replacement for Amrabat. So it's very interesting following actually the Melo from Juventus to Fiorentina thing. Because if that goes through, Amrabat is free to leave. That's the thing I've been looking for at the moment. More news on that one. I see here we have actually for RJ breaking news. Newcastle have reportedly made a bid of 82 million to Napoli for what's his name? Kvaratskhelia. He's one great winger, technical, good guy. So Newcastle, they have money.
They do have money right now. They've been responsible. They basically what they're doing now, they got into the Champions League. I got to say, watch out for Newcastle, right? Basically, when we're talking about City, I don't think City will be close to the title this year. It looks like they are not even. Yeah. They looks like they're offloading a lot of people. Like Maris is going. Who else is gone? Gundogan's gone.
Yes. Yes. And Mick, I want to add on to that by saying, I realized they don't even have an assistant manager. They have no fullbacks, no wingers. They're very much in a very big rebuild, and it's going to be. I want to predict that Man City is probably going to have one of the biggest regressions next season. They'll win one trophy maybe, but then they're just going to be very different teams.
It's going to be a howler because it's very quiet around City. I'm thinking it's a little bit lethargic right now. The mission accomplished. They received the 3P, the treble. They won the Champions League. They're happy, fat and happy. So Same what happened to Liverpool in that COVID pandemic. You know, they won that.
Do we
Yes.
have a gong? Do you have a gong yet? We need a gong.
No, I'm told you go to Kmart and buy this one of these. You know,
because Angie, she gifted 10 memberships.
Goddamn.
So
Really big up, Angie. Thank you so much. Well, hang on a second. That deserves an applause.
Yes.
We have such amazing community. I don't know how many members we can now form a squad of at least four first-class teams, people. If you want to join, there's a membership join button is there. If you like this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
So Ramo got the new membership, Alien Tenno, Merces, Sargon McKinney, Simon Gomez. So a lot of people got a new membership. And we also have a new member in Neil Driscoll.
And Neil Driscoll as well. Fantastic. Neil Driscoll finally became a member. He's been trying to get on the ball. Whoopsie days. So happy to see Driscoll as a member. He's been trying to push that button, but you know what? Happy for you, Driscoll, as well. Seriously, like, and the way it works as well, like, you know, even if you get a free membership, then it's up to you to renew. This is free, but then next month, if you want to support, it's going to cost you 99p. That's just 99p. It costs you more to pay Athletic for 1 week, actually, for 2p, £2. €2. So at least you get, you know, to join and be supportive of our growth and channel. Thank you. Oh, okay, this has been a fantastic show, but what would we be without talking about Captain Harriet? We've spoken about it, right? So it's been stripped off the captaincy, and this is the interesting part, and I've been consistent in reporting this for at least 3 weeks to say that West Ham are so keen on Harry, and the way the transfer market works is very fluent, right? It's so interlinked with deals. Now, congratulations, Arsenal, for spending that much money on a piece of rice. 100 million is the most expensive rice, where you can go to Italy and buy a barilla pasta, whatever you call it, cheaper. But apparently now, that money, it's going to be utilized for them to strengthen as well, and they're going to spend it on Harry. But it's also David Boss Moyes is very big keen on two players of us, which is Scotty Mac and Harry Maguire. Please take them both. Please. Thank you, Moyes. I understand Moyes is Scottish, and, you know, McTominay is Scottish. That's the link. But he also likes the style of his play suits Harry Maguire. And I applaud this as well. But Maguire, according to this report, would have to take a little bit of a pay cut to leave. 105 million for basmati rice, 100%. The offer on the table is apparently 40 million pounds. And guys, your thoughts? Get it done.
40, yeah, get it done. Get it done.
I did a sales interview with you earlier, like, you know, Jarvis, now is your time to job. Like, show me why you want the job as a salesperson.
Yeah, as I said, I will wrap him in gift paper, put him in my car, drive him to the airport, and do whatever I can to so we get rid of that guy, because he's a liability as it goes. Because he's not, he don't get the pace. He doesn't read the game. He doesn't scout. You know, he doesn't fit into our style of play. So basically, it's just a waste at the moment. He's sitting on the bench as fifth choice center back. Be sensible, Harry Maguire. Please leave.
Popski.
Just, you know, not just David Moyes. Can somebody out there in the Saudi world come for Harry Maguire and give us a little extra, you know, because the thing about it is, you know, Saudi Arabia is hot and you need a fridge. In Saudi Arabia, we got a perfect fridge for you. And honestly, can you please tempt him by saying you want to make him captain somewhere? You know, I feel like he you know, we there's a potential we might see a different player, because now he's stripped off of the captaincy, and if he ends up really staying at Man United, but I'm not seeing that different player is going to be different enough. Yes, but that player is not going to be different enough to really move the needle and say, wow, Harry Maguire is a different player. We know his ceiling. He's operating very close to his ceiling right now, if he hasn't reached his ceiling yet. And, you know, so that's just my take. Yeah.
Ropsky, time out, time out. You know, I've discovered a new terminology. When you say get rid of the fringe players, there's a new saying called get rid of the fridge players.
Get rid of the fridge players.
And I'm being dyslexic because I saw like Jordan Henderson being linked to a Saudi club as well, like going there, and I thought it was called Al what the fuck.
Yeah.
I thought it was what the fuck. So I don't mind, like, you know, if you're gonna pay 40 million, it might as well come in for Harry Maguire for Saudi as well, paying 60 utilize. But anyway, I'm not. Oh, big up for super chat for Rushmano. Give the honors to Mr. Norwegian.
Nice show. Let's keep up the good work.
Thank you. It's the Sunday Rose. Thank you, Rushmano, for coming in and donating. You're always welcome. Everyone is welcome if you want to donate. That makes us more happier.
I just want to say, Rushmano, he's been. I've been following the Flying Pig FC a lot of years with Rushmano in the beginning, but just me and Rush and a couple of other guys.
Yeah.
Small channel. Now it grew up to 80,000 people followers. And Rushmano is still there, and he's a legend. He's a season ticket holder, and he knows a lot about ball. So, good guy, top man.
Top man, Rushmano. If you want to come and have a say, anyone that wants to come and have a say, just DM us, drop us, let us know. It's some open mic policy. And please also go and check out the Flying Pig United. Go check it out. Like and subscribe. Joe is doing a fantastic job there. He's back in the saddle. He's back in his DJ booth. You know, we know what happened, and I'm so proud of Joe that getting back on the saddle again. So please go check it out, and also go check out Football Power Hour. He does insane, crazy stuff as well. You know what I mean? We are a happy family. We are a happy community. We're all wearing this lovely, lovely badge, and I cannot wait to get to Thailand to get my retrofit, because I'm not going to buy the new from the mega store. I'm buying it Thailand from AliExpress, or you know what I mean, people. Don't judge me. You know what I mean, guys. Another thing which is kind of linked to what I want to talk about. Now we covered the fun stuff, right? First and foremost, I know that a lot of people have been slagging this player, but I want to say congratulations to Greenwood for becoming a father. That kind of was missed. I'm allowed to say that, but that was a beautiful union picture of like 3 hands and a little child in the world. So congratulations to him. You know, becoming a father is huge. Jarvis, you know it.
Yes, it's the
Papi, do you have kids?
No, unfortunately not. Not any that I know of, anyway.
But you got a puppy dog.
I got a dog.
Yeah,
that's enough for now.
So what I want to talk about is Ten Hag's plan moving forward, right? In negotiations with Atalanta said, why don't you loan us Diallo? I read reports that no, Ten Hag has big plans for Diallo, and I'm so excited because I saw him in the preseason match against Leeds. He showed wow, like he showed class, to be honest. So Anthony Dos Santos, watch out. Diallo is there to take your place. You know, don't matter if you cost 100 million. You know, we paid 35 million for him, right? So I think Pellistri might go for a loan to Atalanta as a sweetening the deal, guys. Somebody's got to go.
Yeah, it's becoming overcrowded. Yeah.
Because that wing is going to get overcrowded.
I have to say, you know, we want that. We want overcrowded with competition. So that's why it makes me happy at that right wing position, which is so weird because it's the position we've struggled with. One of the positions we've struggled with the most in recent years, you know, and now it feels like who knows also what's going to happen with Greenwood too, you know, and you know, even though for me, like if at all he ends up, you know, staying figuring out a way to be at Manchester United, he should probably like be a understudy for the center forward role and develop in that position, you know. But the right wingers are exciting. I want to see Ahmad personally there. I want him to be given a chance. I know that Pellistri has been given a little bit, but Sancho, I've seen enough of Sancho that it just feels like Ahmad gets a little bit more, it gives a little bit more energy and a little bit more aggression and directness and ruthlessness a little bit. Sancho feels like he's sometimes scanning too much or just overwhelmed by the occasion too much or something. There's just not enough grit, you know?
No.
And Ahmad seems like he brings that.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And I'm saying what Edward Reed is saying. On the back of that, we did a Friday show regarding mental health. And we discussed on the back of thing what Dele Alli went through. And we discovered other stories what people have gone through. And you as a consumer of the game, the thing is that we don't know these players and we are so quick to judge, but we don't know what's going on in the background. So that was an eye-opener when Dele Alli opened up to say he was molested at 6 years of age. He was hung off the bridge when he was 11. He was a drug dealer when he was 7. He was forced to doing things, right? At the end of the day, it's just not by causing divisions. We have to be adults in the room to discuss. That's the thing, right? We cannot sweep things under the carpet because mental health is so how do I say? This is a serious note. It's so important to discuss about. And British press and people, like, we don't know these people. Why are we casting the stone, right? Why do we know what's true, what is not true nowadays? But when you see a young family starting up, like this guy is saying, that is responsibility. That's maturity, right? You're starting a family, right? I, on the other hand, I don't pry in other people's business because you treat people the way you want to be treated. Even the Bible is saying that, with respect. The only person that can judge you at the end of the day is God. When you sort of facing the, what do you call it, St. Peter's gate, right? Then you will face your judgment. That's the thing. So I'm past that. I'm not judging any players. I'm not going to slag, and I'm going to put my hand up, like, when you're calling, like, players like, oh, he's fat, he's this, he's that. That's pure bullish behavior, right? And we are grown up as men, right? That's the thing. It's so how do I say? It's foul to sit behind the keyboard because these players, they read social media nowadays, right? Imagine that you coming off your work, like you're going to work. At least you can clock off 8 hours of work and just switch it off. These players don't. You're constantly 10 times, 100 times amplify pressure. You try to go on a holiday and you've got paparazzis following you. You got time to play. There are workers as well, right? You have time to play, to relax, go relax, right? Come back fresh. But of course you get paid big money. But I'm saying at the end of the day, whatever the club decides to do, it's an addition because we need firepower at the end of the day. If he decides to stay, if the club decides to stay, that's great. We know he's a great finisher at the end of the day, right? He's proven innocent. I don't have any problems with that. But yet again, it's got some tone to it with the, there's this, how do you call it? Divide and conquer within the fan base, right? At the end of the day, I support the club. If I look at the sheer madness with the Jordan Henderson being linked to Saudi Arabia, and there was the LGBTQ plus was going, how dare you, right? How dare you? Yeah. Like, what's going on here, right? So this is like...
He can still be an ally in Saudi Arabia. It doesn't mean like, by going,
I'm not trying to cause any I'm trying to be sensitive, but at the end of the day, this is football. This is football operations. This is people life. They are the one that's deciding what to do, not we. We are not the one that are deciding. And if you're supporting the team, you're supporting the team. You're Manchester United. Everyone is welcome. There's far more people that done very, very hideous crime and still play football. You know what I mean?
True.
Scandals always happen. Jay, thank you. This is why we should not give Maguire a stick. Most players would have been destroyed by now. Wish him well for the next chapter. Yeah, that's the thing. Thank you. And that's why I was so careful to say in the beginning of the show that we are not here to give stick. We are here to judge players on the performance, if they fit. If not, it's not on his personal life we're attacking. We're seeing as a Manchester United club, we should not look at signings to bring back Lukaku and all that stuff. We should move forward, right? And if you're not fitting in tenhag's system, because we know that tenhag came in the preseason last May, he had a canvas, a painting that was painted by many, many different artists, like Mourinho, like Van Gaal, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It was a mismatch of painting. Like you have 3 chefs trying to compose a picture. He just took that canvas and just wiped it off, slapped a little bit of Fred on it, Casemiro, tried to mixture up. But now he's forming his own masterpiece, Picasso. You know what I mean? So he wiped that off again. He went to the market right now to buy fresh acrylic paint, and now we will see his painting. That's what I'm saying. And unfortunately, there's certain players that don't fit what he wants to create. And you got to think it that way, right? So that's me having my rant, basically, regarding that. I have nothing more to say in terms of the news. I just want to finish off with that word on a serious note. We are not the one to judge at the end of the day, right? Whatever Ten Hag wants, we should support. That's the thing. It might not be the most sexiest player that you want, you know. Oh, I want Mbappe, I want this, I want that. But does it really fit Ten Hag's plans? No. That's why I'm relaxed and I'm really looking forward for this season, because it's all about now giving the Ten Hag the tools to create your team. And what we see now with Onana is a game changer, and how he wants to play, you know, with the 3-1-6. That means that we're going to have ball possession, guys. We're going to see, like, you know, false nines. We're going to see overlappings. We're going to see a lot of wingers, wing backs bombing forward. Onana's going to play the sweeping back. And those balls that De Gea, like, you know, 17 balls, like out of those 17 that landed in Timbuktu, is going to at least find some feats of HOJLUND, or let me say Mason Mount, or any of those wingers. Like, you know, guys, this has just been me having my say. I giving back the day to you guys up there to have a say as well in the green room, VR room, and what you guys think as well.
Yeah, Kush is asking, is this a show? Is this show a regular thing on Sunday? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Every Sunday. Every 4 or 5 p.m.
4 p.m. 4 p.m. UK, yeah. And even like Jarvis is in US at the moment, so we still, he had to go up early to do this. So this is the Sunday roast, the traditional. We do that. We started because it gives us the time to reflect on the week that was with Manchester United off the pitch and on the pitch, but also start fresh with a new horizon. Look ahead. We never look. I mean, of course, you got to look yourself in the rearview mirror, but we as a club shouldn't look back. We should go forward, and that's what we're here for.
It's true.
Papi?
And just so you know, Kush, like, you know, it's always we collaborate, MUFC Realist TV and Football Power Hour. So, you know, it's like, you know, it's anytime, you know, well, MUFC Realist TV goes on, go support and do the same too at Power Hour too. You know, we do lots of collaborations, and there'll be more even in the future too.
We do,
you know,
we do. So, Alan, enjoy your Sunday dinner. Sorry,
I have to respond to some of the stuff that you said earlier on, Mick. So it's like this mental health conversation is so important, and I feel like we now have to have a little bit more consideration than before anytime we are talking about our players, but also we still cannot lose the passion that we have as fans. We still have to maintain that. This is now a comment on your work and not the person. We're not sending bomb threats. We're not going to your place or whatever. You know, it's just about the work that you bring on the pitch, and we will continue to be as passionate as we can about it, but with consideration and knowing that how tough life is for some of these guys. And you know, I'm from Africa, and I was listening to that Dele Alli interview, being like, damn, you know, he's had it really rough. And I wanted to know actually which part of Africa they sent him to go learn discipline.
Seriously, like, you know, these are grown ass fucking men that hasn't grown up yet. Why would you?
Right?
Why, if you don't like this signing what Ten Hag did with, let's say, Mason Mount, his first week in Manchester United, he was harassed by some stupid Cro-Magnon fans. Are you 5 years old? Grow up. Damn. Just because it's not your choice. You're not the one that is recruiting the players. You're just a consumer of the game like you and me. You got to call a spade, man. And that's what I'm saying. Relax when it comes to the transfer market, right? Because I think that you as a fan raise your own expectations that, you know, I think the fan base are raising, oh, we're in for this player. So everyone gets on the board, like gets super gassed. And then turns out, oh, shit, we get let down again. But nobody really knows. So what I'm saying, just take a step back, watch what's unfolding. Ten Hag is having a plan, right? It's going according to plan. That's the thing. He's identified his targets. And the thing is what we discussed as well with Jarvis, right? He's got his analysis. So the way it works in the summer window, you have a set piece of analysis working alongside with the recruitment team. Ten Hag has a wish list. I want this persona profile to play on the right wing, in the midfield. He's got to have these attributes. Gives it away to the analysis, and they sit there and they plug in all the facts and figures, and out comes a list of players that fits that persona profile bill. And that is your target list, right? And this is how you work. Of course, you got to have, you know, I got to give it to him. Like, I never thought, I got to put my hand up to say, I when I heard the Mason Mount story, I was going, nah, paper talk. paper talk. But then you kind of realize that, shit, this is actually a really important signing for him, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for going on a rant, but I'm just going like, really?
No, you're right. I mean, for me, we have definitely underestimated what Mason Mount is going to bring to this. A lot of us, not just, I'm sure some other people maybe might have been a little bit, cognizant of how he fits into the puzzle, but looking at how the other pieces are lining up, it's going to be really exciting. I see the tenhag triangle pass from Onana to Mount to Bruno, and we're already in the final third already,
Yeah.
and it's just so big.
I'm going to comment to Jamie Wayne, which is a moderator. Man, I do respect you, but you know what? You're a Manchester United fan at the end of the day. Why should you be done with the club just because one player plays for you? Come on, mate. I know your situation, man, but I'm just telling, be cool, composed. You're not the one that decides, right? You might not like what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, why should we be divide and conquer, right? We've always been Manchester United, the badge, not the player FC, Stay away from all the political agendas and all that's been created. You don't know the story behind it. Same with Dele Alli. You don't know. So, that's what I'm saying. Mount is a clever signing. Rushmane is saying 100%. I'm not trying to create any agendas. This is no Realist TV. We speak facts. We speak open. We look at two sides of the story. But at the end of the day, it's how you feel what matters to you. If that's your choice not to support the team, then it's your choice. You know what I mean? But I choose to back the team. I choose to back the manager the way he used to be. And I know the Glazers has caused this the great divide. I know that. But we are heading towards new dawn, a new page. We're turning the page. New owners, new structure, new vision. And then I'm excited. I'm excited with the new signings. I'm chilled and relaxed and looking, wow. I'm seeing what Ten Hag wants to do, and let's just wait and see. And I'm excited about the pre-tour US as well, because we're going to see what the kids is all about. Kobe Mainoo, Ama Diallo, Aron Hansen. Who else do we have? Alvaro Fernandez. There's a lot of good kids. We spoke about this class of 92. This is the class of 23. So who's to say that these kids will not give a chance in the first team appearance, right? Why do we have to go and market and buy 7-6 players when you actually have a youth squad? You can buy 4 players and integrate 4 into the team as understudies as well. Keep forgetting. Okay.
We have a super chat. Alien Tenno. Is Jarvis a laundry worker now?
He's working as a dry cleaner. He's not going to be taking to the laundry.
He's washing the kids. Those menu kids at the back. What's going on? It's a preseason kid.
He's working. He's got the job as Manchester United working for Manchester United negotiations. He's going to be taken to the dry cleaners now. Oh, the United tax. That's it. He's never seen so many washing machines. You're doing money laundry there, are you?
No.
Maybe greenwashing.
But we're basically 20 people living in this holiday house. So,
he's doing sports washing.
Yeah, sports washing.
Anyway. Right. Sorry, I just had to take it on a serious note on a rant, because I basically understand that Jarvis is washing money 100%. Guys, you've been amazing. Please don't forget to smash and like. It's 200 of you in the chat. Yeah. I don't know how many people are watching, but this is the traditional Sunday roast. When it's Sunday roast, you're allowed to roast. You know what I mean? You can look at it in a critical perspective, but at the end of the day, whatever I'm saying here is my opinions, and I'm giving the opinion back to Jarvis.
We missed one thing that they have been discussing in the chat, and that is Sancho. Because we talked about Pelestri and Ahmad, but many of the people in the chat say we should just move on Sancho. What's your take on that?
After seeing the Dele Alli story, after understanding what went on,
Sancho got to do his interview too. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. It is impossible almost to get rid of 13 players in one season. That is, have you ever seen anyone accomplish that? I think that if Sancho stays, if Sancho stays, this will be the year of Sancho. This will be how long is a piece of string? So this will be the end of the road for Sancho. So, yeah. I'm sure Sancho will become good. There's a player in Sancho, obviously, like he went through similar situation like Dele Alli, like, you know, mental health, like, you know, he probably looked himself in the mirror. He lost a lot of, apparently what I understood, he got his best friend murdered, got killed. A lot of things happen at the same time. And of course it affects your mind, man, you know, of course. But the thing is, like, you know, what I really applaud Dele Alli is he went for therapy. He went for help. That's the thing. Cognitive therapy. And that's the thing. Apparently,
6 weeks in America can change somebody. So he did therapy, and we should normalize therapy and make it something not just even for the players. It's just for everybody, for us fans too. For you know, it's something that's incredible. The power of it once somebody has addressed some of the traumas that have been lingering, and you know.
I agree with Rashmana. He says Sancho last 10 match was much improved. Yeah, it was. Fitness was much better. So yeah, I'm not slagging Sancho. I'm saying that even what Dele Alli was saying, that there's so many players that's abusing antidepressive and drugs. You know what I mean? Sleeping pills. Because the adrenaline is before a game, you cannot sleep. And after the game, it's the people getting hooked on the sleeping pills, right? And that's what we're always saying, papering over the crack, you know? It's not the solution. So what Dele Alli was doing is to get off these meds, right? He went to cognitive therapy, and now he's got the passion and hunger back because he knows that I'm a good player. I want to be the best. And so does Sancho know, right? So we're not going to slag Sancho. I believe this is the year of Sancho, you know? And same with Donny van de Beek. Let's say, if you look at Donny van de Beek, he had such unfortunate times since he came to England, right? He got bought by a player that didn't want him. They didn't want to play him. He was struggling to get into the team. He busted his guts in training. There was people saying, oh, he's such a professional. He's so happy-go-lucky lad. He doesn't want to challenge anyone. He's a timid guy. He did an interview. Did he get picked? No, he didn't. He went on a loan spell to Everton. He was the best player like for four games in a row there with Everton, and then he got injury. So his England spell in the Premier League has not been lucky. But now he's fit. So what is this to say that Donny will not stay and improve himself? Because I saw the training pictures. Ten Hag was hugging him, like, you know, talking to him. That's his son. That's what I'm saying. So don't be too fast to judge that he's going.
Yeah. And Sancho, he really improved when he played on the right. As Rashmana was mentioning, the last 10 games when he was on the right, and also his fitness looked really good. He could play for 90 minutes. So yeah, I expect Sancho to perform better next season. The only problem for Sancho is I think Anthony is ahead of him in the pecking order. And the problem with Sancho is not like an impact player. He's better when he likes get into the rhythm of the game and need a little bit of time. So actually, I can't see Sancho get his big breakthrough next season because he will only come on a sub and have a game here and there. But I think he's a guy who needs to come into the rhythm. And do Ten Hag have the time to give him that? That's a big question. So for me, I would actually just sell on Sancho because I don't think it will work. But it's up to him to prove us all wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, there's so much to say. There's been an amazing content today. A lot of things to talk about. At the end of the day, what you think is what matters in the VR room. And leave your comments there. You know, you might not agree what I said. You might agree what Jarvis is saying. At the end of the day, we are adults. We are Manchester United fans. No matter where you live in the world, match-going fan, away-going fan, or some people call them E-Reds, Manchester United is the biggest fan base in the world. And that's what this channel is all about. What? Sancho is a right winger.
If you had the opportunity, guys, to swap him for Kvicha, would you?
No. I will give Sancho another chance, to be honest.
Ooh. Okay.
I will give him another chance. That's what I'm trying to say. I believe in giving people second chances, right? That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't judge, give second chances. And if the second chance doesn't work, then it's see you later, right? There's always a root cause and reason behind the problem, but you got to look at and assess first instead of throwing it away. Like what we are what we've been so accustomed to do as a fan base is we always look at the new shiny toy and we big them up and then we throw them away and say they're garbage. Do you recognize this pattern, right? Like we're bigging up last season was like we're bigging up like Rashford, and then we called him Trashford all of a sudden and say he was shit. We all know who Rashford is, and then last season he had his best season ever. So just think about this.
No, but when he was shit, he was shit. It's not.
He
it's
was
not
shit.
to call him Trashford, but when he was shit, he was really shit. I thought there was no footballing left in there. There was no. He's void on confidence. He didn't know what to do. Like he kicked the ball out, like a 5-yard pass was all of a sudden complicated. And that was really, really horrible to see a Man United player do that. So at the end of the day, it's amazing that he elevated his level to another.
Yeah, but that's why he started doing this mental, because it's all about fixing up here. And that's what I say, like, and that's the whole thing. What I want to say, like, we should not judge the players, like, like that, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? But what we can do is to be critical towards the performance. That's what we're doing, but not the personal life. There's always a root cause problem behind it, why they're not performing. Imagine yourself, you're having like, performance anxiety. You got to stay fit, right? You got to eat the right diet. You got to be on par. You're going to compete to training, rock up and compete, and make sure once you get into the team to stay in the team, because there's always somebody that wants to take your spot, right? And then you're going to deal with social media. You're going to deal with bad press and everything. Imagine you being that person. Would you cave? Would you cave? Imagine you then going on holiday, taking your annual leave as a normal employee, and you still cannot rest because there's constantly people chasing you, constant people following you, taking pictures. Then you hear, oh, he's a lazy fuck bastard. How dare you to go to Bahamas? You had a shit season. I mean, come on, man. They're just normal people, right? They're normal employees like you and me. They just happen to play football. Doesn't it make any sense? Just put it there.
Yeah, it's the human aspect of it all. But in another, like playing devil's advocate, they have chosen their own way, and there's no one forcing them to be a professional footballer. There's so many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people who want to be in that starting 11. So if you want to play the game, you got to pay the game.
But then you can flip it around to say, like, well, I'm not going to read the paper. I'm Harry Maguire, for instance. I don't need to prove myself. I'm getting 200K a week, whatever. If I'm sitting on the bench, I'm still getting paid. You can flip that mentality around as well to say, whatever. I'm getting paper. I'm not caring about it.
It's not a charity, it's a competitive game. So if you want to stay and be with the best, you have to be the best. And if you don't have the right mentality, let's say if you struggle, okay. But if we want to be the best, we have to be a little bit ruthless. It's okay to put an arm around the shoulder to a player when they have a rough time and a bad spell. But we can't do this year on year, season after season. Sometimes we have to just call a spade and say, okay, enough is enough. We want to compete. We want to be the best and move on.
Yeah, no, I agree. But is it fair to say that football mentality has changed nowadays? Football as a game has changed. It's all about money, isn't it? I mean, just as a finish off, like before you used to play for the badge, you used to pick the club because it was a big club and you want to play for the club. Nowadays, as what you've seen, a young 25-year-old from Wolves, Ruben Neves, picks Saudi Arabia. It's all about money nowadays. It's not about playing for the badge or playing for everything, because players they're multimillionaires all of a sudden. If I'm getting paid 200K a week, I don't mind if I'm sitting on the bench because my ambition is gone. Like I'm playing for the money all of a sudden. This is the way the game has changed, in my opinion, right? Money is now ruining the player's mentality, right? Because as much money you have, the more things you can get into, and you become a multimillionaire. A young kid player all of a sudden have 9 million a year in salary. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So what's the next goal? What's the next mission?
It's ruining. I actually would say it's incentivizing. There's more destinations. There's more ways to kind of, or more avenues to sort of imagine your career now than before. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it's damaging football in that way. It's like if you're Ruben Neves and you have the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia and not everybody has the same. That's the problem that I feel like we're working with. It's like we have expectations for other people that they do not have for themselves. You know, it's not everybody that's like, hey, Ruben Neves may not necessarily be wanting to play Champions League football in his life. He's like, bro, I'm just trying to enjoy the game every day and train and play, you know, but at the same time, I want to change my family's life. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if somebody chucks a contract at Amad Diallo saying Ten Hag is not treating you right, Pelestri is getting all the minutes, you were told you're going to, you know, and Amad Diallo gets unsettled, he has his right to choose that, you know? It's fine. Everybody assumes that we all want trophies. Harry Kane has showed you he doesn't want trophies. It's like, you know what I mean?
I hope you don't get me wrong what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But Edward Reed is saying, happy to be here, happy to hear other people's thoughts. And remember, it's not personal with me. It's just my opinion. But I support United, and I always back the manager, and I always over my thoughts. This is also my way, and this is the way it should be. As a player for Manchester United, you should fight for the team, fight for the badge, show that you want to be here. Ten Hag has even said that with the youngsters. I only want to keep the ones that will become world-class talent. I have my rules and principles, and he wants to take United back to the top. And this is the mentality that we should think of, and the players that he's recruiting. That's what I'm trying to say as well. You know, if you're good enough, you're old enough. The same old. You know, Rushmana was saying something very important here. I missed the. Just saying that. Look at. Oh shit! Look at Ronaldo. He said he would never play in Saudi. Obviously, he did. You know, 200 million or euros. He was. That's the thing. So money do talk. That's the thing. Money do talk. But if you think about it, a footballer's career is very short. You don't know if you're going to have an injury for life. So money matters. That's the thing. Before, in the old days, in the 90s, like, you know, somebody mentioned, remember we bought Cantona for 1 million. You see how the inflated price has gone. Now you see astronomical figures, 300K a week. You go to Barcelona, 500K a week, 700K a week. Even Lionel Messi was paying 1 million, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, it's been on a serious note there at the very end. It's the Sunday roast. And somebody's got phone calls. Are you Agent Power Hour? Or?
No, it's me.
No, it's Jarvis's phone. It's the laundry. It's time for Jarvis to change the laundry load.
Money laundry. Quickly. Thank you so much. Having to finish that was on a serious debate. It's been good news, good conversations, but we also have to talk adult talk as well, like, you know. And I hope I didn't offend anyone. It's my opinions. I always try to look at, every 360 degrees angle, put myself in the player's shoes, put myself in everyone's shoes. And at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say, like, you know, whatever you believe, it's your opinion, right? And that's the one you should stick with. I'm never here to influence you to think differently. You know, on this channel, we allow you to be you. And that's the beauty of it. And that's why we are now 1 year anniversary, 15.5K. And this is all thanks to you. Now it's starting to bucketing down here, rain, when I'm sitting. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's everyone having for tea today?
I'm not drinking tea until Onana signs.
Oh, no, it's a British slang, like, you know, having dinner for roast.
Well, we haven't had lunch yet, so.
Right. Anyone?
Guys, lunch.
Tomorrow, before we leave, Jarvis Corner tomorrow, 10 p.m. UK time. Be me and Jarvis again. It's Jarvis's Corner, and we're going to have Uncle Jimmy on, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to have Jimmy on. From Nerdin's channel.
Yeah, Jimmy. He's good. He's good. He has a lot of good. Am I frozen?
Yeah,
you're good now.
You're good now.
Wi-Fi here is terrible.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah,
it's been just a sheer pleasure to have you in the laundry room doing the money, sports washing, laundry, money laundering, greenwashing, all that stuff.
That's funny. That's funny.
Guys, it's been a gas. I gotta go have my dinner. My wife is gonna put me in the doghouse otherwise. But listen, lovely team track with all of you. Andrew Onana has agreed 5-year contract with an option. Is this a breaking news?
Is this the breaking news?
No, it's very reliable when it comes to things like this.
Really?
I'm just gonna confirm and see if I can see it.
Wait a minute. Breaking news. Confirmed by Roshmano. Andrew Onana, this is Mick Rubinstein from MUFC Realist TV. Andrew Onana has agreed 5-year contract with an option for further year at Manchester United, according to Time Sport. This is big. This is what we've been waiting for. Here we run. Not here we go. Here we run. Onana, what's my name? Onana.
What a save.
Yes.
I'm so happy. Really happy. This is what we've been waiting for, but it's been 99.9. It's just waiting for it, right? So big up Roshmano for providing those breaking news. And what better way to finish the stream, guys? This is what we've been waiting on. Onana watch, but don't sleep on a banana. What we say is love, peace, and banana. What John Ball is saying, guys. Okay. I really enjoyed this chat today. It's been serious notes, it's been jokes, it's been serious conversations. But to finish off this with Rushman, big up to you, man. Seriously, thank you for providing. You've been amazing. 100%. It's been a great show. And I'm excited, like everyone else. Everyone is John Blackman. I'm excited. R10 is excited. That's been done deal. Everyone is Jamie Wayne, done deal before I knew it 100%. We all knew it. We all just knew it. That's the thing, right? But guys, good to have you back, and good to see you, Papi, again, and good to see you, Jarvis. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 p.m. UK time for Jarvis's Corner. Until then, we had our say. I hope we'll give it back the day. It's been Mick Ruby here gassing it up together with Jarvis Cocker. And who else?
Botswana Papi.
Botswana Papi. But more from Rashmanu coming. Andrew Onana is a representative have accepted Manchester United's contract offer in a meeting which took place today. Done, dusted, signed, seals delivered. Big up.
Yes.
Big up, big up. No more. We're closing that VR room now, guys. Thank you for providing. I got to go. But Botswana Papi, Football Power Hour, where can people find you if you're not on our channel as well?
If I'm not here, I'm at Football Power Hour on YouTube. That's all you have to search. And yeah, thank you. It's been a real pleasure. But I will see you very, very soon. Oh, Nana. Oh, Nana. I'll see you in the land of Obama.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh, my God. And that's all, folks. Thank you for tuning in. This guy's gone mental now. Cut. See you guys.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe.